Hey Thunder fans and franchise listeners, I'm Madison Morris here inside Chesapeake Energy Arena for the final game of the regular season as the Oklahoma City Thunder shut out the Memphis Grizzlies at 137-123. Paul George paved the way to victory tonight, picking up 40 points, while Steven Adams came up right behind him with 24 points and 7 rebounds. But the big story of the night is your reigning MVP. Russell Westbrook picked up his 16th rebound in the third quarter, making him the first player in NBA history to average a triple-double in back-to-back seasons. He ended the night with a career-high 20 rebounds and 19 assists. Watch here to see what Thunder players had to say about sealing the deal on their regular season with this win over the Memphis Grizzlies.
Nick, tell me about that moment when Russ calls you out to midcourt and all that.
Yeah, it was cool. That meant a lot to me, and we've had a long time we've been together, and we've been through a lot together, and it was cool to be able to have a moment like that. And like I've said a lot of times, not a lot of people get to play with a guy that long and go through the things we've been through. So it's cool to be able to have that type of relationship.
I saw you go to the scorer's table and just say, "This is crazy." what
it was
that
crazy.
Feel like?
Yeah, it's never happened to me to just be put in to shoot free throws like that when a guy got hurt. It's just crazy to me that that's the way it went. And I was long on every one of them. I told myself not to be long, but I guess the adrenaline got to me, and I'm glad I finally made the last one. It's definitely not the way I wanted to go out. But yeah, it was fun to be out there, and it was a good night.
So is this it? I mean, is this your final year?
We'll see. I'm not going to address it right now. We got playoffs to talk about and get ready for, and talk about that at the end of the season.
Did you know Russ was going to call you out?
Matt told me that they probably were going to do something because he had asked me about doing a bunch of different things, and I just didn't want it to be a distraction. But he said that Russ wanted to do that, and of course I was cool with that, and so I knew that something was coming. But I thought that was, very classy of him, and it was a cool moment for him, or for me, for him, for my family who was here tonight, and it's like I said, I'm just thankful I got a relationship with a guy like that, and been able to have experiences we've had together.
20 years or so, what are you going to remember about these past 2 seasons for Russell Westbrook averaging a triple-double?
I always fight getting used to it. I think the stuff he does is amazing all the time. I've seen a lot from him, and I want to really appreciate how good of a player he is, and the production he's had these last 2 years, and it's not just that. I'm not too much into the statistic. They're amazing, but to me, I've just seen him put an organization on his back and lead the organization through a tough time, and the way that he's able to show up every night and produce and compete and lead the team has been really fun to watch.
You guys, as a team, Nick, you clearly let Russ have some rebounds, wall off on foul shots, those things. Is that just a sign of respect by the guys, how much they like playing with him?
We all have a ton of respect for Russ. I don't know what you're talking about on the rebounds, but I know I've never done it. But he's getting most of those on his own, and he's pursuing the basketball, and if it comes his way, he's going to get it. And it's huge plus on our team that our point guard can finish possessions with rebounds and loose balls.
Do you have a positive feeling about this team going to the playoffs? You've now won 3 in a row.
I do. I think we're playing our best basketball. Consistency's been an issue with us this year, but I think hopefully the playoffs will bring that focus and kind of that fight or flight response you get in the big games where you're really locked in, and I think we'll have it, and we'll be tough to beat, but everybody else will be too. It's always tough in the playoffs.
Do you believe in the switch? Turning on the switch?
What's that?
You believe in the switch?
It'd be great to be perfect all year, but here we are and we're playing well, so hopefully we can keep it going.
Must seem kind of like a crazy game with a lot going on. What did it take to sort of just settle everybody and get the win?
Just play our game. We're doing a good job the last, couple games of locking in and getting stops when we needed to and closing out games. So we did another good job of that tonight.
Tell me about that moment when you bring Nick out to midcourt and just what was going through your head.
Well, I mean, it's just such an unselfish, unbelievable guy, man, and somebody I always looked up to since I've been here. He showed me the ropes, and I'm just thankful to be able to have these 10 years and whatever there's more to come if not. But I'm just thankful to have him by my side each and every day. And I appreciate everything he's done for me. So.
Russ, last year you did something that nobody had done in 55 years, and then you did it again. Can you explain how you're able to do what you do on a night-to-night basis?
Man, I'm very, very thankful and blessed, man, to go out and compete, man. And like I've said many, many times, I don't take this game for granted. I don't take going on the floor and competing for granted. And, when God got something planned for me, man, nobody can stop it. And I always continue to follow his faith and stay faithful and just stay strong and continue to do what I'm doing.
Russ, can you talk about how much your teammates have supported you and doing phenomenal things you've done the last 2 years?
It's unbelievable, man. The group of guys from last year, this year, the amount of support, everything they've done for me, I don't take for granted, and try to make their jobs easy as much as possible. And they make my job easy as well, and we're going to continue to keep this thing going.
So a couple of your teammates were applauding when the crowd did, when you got that 16th rebound. What was that moment like, just the moment of standing ovation?
I mean, that's just a blessing, man. To have a group of guys that care for you, care about you, your well-being is a blessing. And all these guys in this locker room like my brothers, so I'm very, very thankful for them.
How ready do you think this team is for the postseason?
Are we ready?
How was it seeing PG have a big night like that, getting the shooting game back on track?
I mean, he's been back on track, been shooting the ball, playing with confidence. And, it's the time of the year where he's going to turn up a notch. And like I've always said, I've never worried about PG if his ability is to score the basketball.
Carmelo, for Game 82, this was kind of a dramatic game. Can you kind of just put into context what happened in the 48 minutes tonight and how you were able to come away with a win?
I thought we kind of came into the game with the mindset of just go out there and continue playing the way we've been playing. Not letting our foot off the gas in this game. A game like this can always be tricky with a team who's just playing. They out there. You give them a little bit of confidence, and at that point, anything can happen. But I thought we did a good job of just, keeping our composure. And whenever they made a run, they made shots. We just settled down and, won the game.
You think if Russ wanted to, he could average 20 rebounds a night?
Huh?
You think if Russ really wanted to, he could average like 20 rebounds a night?
Nothing is impossible. You saw what he did tonight. You saw what he did over the past couple seasons to hit that milestone and to average that night in and night out. It takes a special type of person, a special type of player to accomplish that.
Melo, because of that championship game, you're always going to have kind of a connection to Nick Collison. What was it like kind of seeing him get that pregame moment?
It felt good, man. Just to, from afar, just seeing, what he's brought to this team and this organization, being one of the true pioneers of the game when it comes to, Oklahoma City. Me and Nick came in the same drive class, so to see that and be a part of that, and to also kind of be here toward the end of his career, and it's something that you can look back on and tell your kids that this is the true definition of what a professional is.
Paul, you were hot from the start tonight. What went into getting off to such a great start for you?
I just caught a rhythm early. It's just sticking with it, staying with the process, and just putting work in, a lot of work in, and it paid off tonight.
You mentioned this morning it's kind of a interesting situation going into a game with a lot of unknowns on that side. How do you think you guys handled kind of the ebbs and flows of the game and then being able to close it out?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job. This is definitely a setup game, last game of the season, playing against a group of young guys. They can go out and just play and play freely, and when you can do that, you play with a lot of confidence. Obviously, I thought we had plays where we could have prevented points, but for the most part, they just played really well tonight. I thought we did a great job of not falling in to just being complacent. I thought we played
phenomenal tonight. Just so happened, they played well as well. So it's like that sometimes. Just great. We played well enough to win.
Well, you've played a bunch of playoff series. You guys know you're going to play Utah, but as of now, it's unsure if you're going to start there or start here. How important is home court in this series?
Home court is important until you give up home court. So whether we're on the road or whether we're here, we got to win there regardless. If we have that mindset regardless, if we start here, if we start there, we're going to have to win there regardless. So, we look at it as it's a series, and you got to beat us 4 times.
Tonight, you guys got a bunch of points, like on whether even if it wasn't on the fast break, secondary break, and kind of lost spot ups there. What was the key for you being able to get down there and get position and allow those shots?
Yeah, I thought we just did a great job. We played with force. We did a good job of getting out and running, especially with them making shots. I think that was very key. They're making shots, but us still getting out and running after inbounding. So that was an emphasis, just to play with some tempo, and we did that.
That's all from Oklahoma City, but the boys aren't finished yet. The Thunder are playoffs bound, and they're set to face the Utah Jazz in round 1. The Thunder finished the regular season at 48-34, and they maintained a 27-14 record on their home court. You can keep up with the Oklahoma City Thunder by following us on our social media as they enter the postseason, and you can find all Thunder coverage on thefranchiseok.com. Stick with us, Thunder fans, and we'll see you back here in Chesapeake Energy Arena for playoff action.